Hi guys, welcome. In this video, we'll be using the Reilly rhythm to draw reclined female figures. I'll be going over this step by step here, but if you need more in-depth info on this, there's a previous video you can check out. Before we get started, I just want to say that I'm trying to hit 4,000 watch hours before March 2nd to get monetized, so any bumps in the comments, likes, or shares are much appreciated. Start with a simple head. Triangulate the pit of the neck with angles. From here, we copy the angle of the shoulder line. Now triangulate for the shoulder bumps. With a curvier model, we'll have to guess at the landmarks slightly more often, where the bony structures are not visible easily. But the upside is that we can also be less accurate since the anatomies of all the curves are naturally less exact and more forgiving. Next, we find the pelvis point at the bottom of the torso. Here, you will see that I corrected myself several times, checking and double checking with angles and head counts. With the landmarks we have so far, we can establish the center line and the shoulder lines to the pelvis point. Keep the lines to curve as curve or straight. There's no right answer for the abstract grid, but overall the torso is curved downward, so my grid lines will follow accordingly. Next, we'll triangulate for landmarks on the side of the hips. Pick spots on corresponding side of the hip that you can easily locate. For me, I'm using the outer apex of the left hip and on the right, where the leg meets the hip. Now connect the grid lines with simple CSI curves. Next, create rough placeholder circles for the pelvis and the rib cage, and maybe the shoulders. A quick head count tells me that the arm is 2 head from the top of the figure. The outside of the left arm almost lines up with the head, but not quite. We can do a quick triangulation to find the armpit point. The forearm of the left arm is foreshortened, or coming towards us. So instead of parallel lines, I use a circle to make a note of its placement. Add a simple rectangle or triangle for the hand placement. Next, find the armpit point and elbow point of the right arm and connect them with simple lines. Now establish the landmarks on the knee and ankles with triangulation. We can now do a quick check between the lower half of the body and the upper half. From the tip of the toe to the pelvis point is the length of the pelvis point to the shoulder. Now onto the cleanup phase. The grid lines are a bit messier than I would like to see. I think this means that I'm not really used to drawing reclined figures. Draw the breasts as simple ellipses. You can note the angle of the major axes of the ellipses. Look like the angle is more vertical than my first estimations. Note that in this case, the breasts lean to the side she's lying on. For example, the right breast crosses the center line and the left is in line with the left side of the torso. I like using simple rectangle to indicate the orientation of the knees. For the ankles, I like to draw a saddle shape, which will give the orientation of the ankle as well as a good wedge point to draw the foot into. Thanks for watching. Be sure to leave a like and bump in the comments. I'll see you in the next post.